What's up, y'all? It's your boy Guy Main Dan. I'm giving you guys another update on my trading journey. So we are in week 4 of the trading week on this account. Right now, we've pulled back a 46% equity increase on the account, and this is the first day of the week. We started with a balance of 378.62, and from there we got to a balance of 551.80. I achieved a higher balance. I believe we were at a total of like 570, almost 580. But of course, we did not close at that point because it was a running balance. We were looking to get it just a little bit higher, but we did secure profits at a 7-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Our take profit, the initial one, was at 5-to-1. And of course, we did secure profits at that area by putting a stop loss in profit, but it did not get hit. So we extended it to the 7-to-1. And then from there, we were trying to extend it to the 9-to-1. And that is where the big retracement did end up happening. And we can see right here that this is what the order looked like. Also in the video, you can see the order as well. I'll be switching back and forth between the two, but you can see currently right now we are beginning to retest the area which we did enter in on. And for those wondering, I closed with just about 177 pips in profit, and the height of how far we were was about an 8-to-1 risk reward ratio, which was just about 205 pips. And this is over the span of just a couple days. We called the trade on April 17th, which I believe was a Thursday. We had just about 1 to 2 trading days in between there because of the weekend being present. To also show you guys what the account does look like right now, this is my Trade Locker account. And then you can also see closed balances, well, closed positions. You can see the position that we most recently took, which is about 174 pips. Well, $174.90. We paid about $1 in swap fees. And then we also paid an extra 70 cents on top of that to give us a net P&L of just about 173.18. And you can see the entry that we got in at was 1.3212, which is very much on par with the trade that we can see here. Just about the same area, 1.3211. To show you that there is literally no hesitation when I do see my entry. When the entry is formed, I take it. That is how you must be when it comes down to your trading. You have to be able to see it and take it immediately. And you can see, I even took some losses, right? We took losses going up until this week. If you watch my previous video, you'll see that all of those trades that I took, I lost, right? And we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions during that time, and they were all losers. And even before then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all those positions were lost. But as you can see, my winners are much bigger than my losers. That is the whole point that you want to have. Always manage your risk. When you manage your risk, you're able to take these setups every time and not have an issue with it. That is the name of the game. You must continue to do that. Because if you don't take every setup that is presented to you, then you ultimately miss out on opportunities. And when you miss out on opportunities, that leads to FOMO. That leads to a lot of things going down the line with your psychology. We don't want that to happen. So essentially all we did was take an entry, and this covered basically all of the losses that we took within the past 2 weeks. If we can check out the month. Right now in the month, we're up 113. So yeah, basically most of it has been covered. And then if we go over the entire account life cycle, we're up just about $331 on this account. And mind you, we started the account balance with just about $250, if I'm not mistaken. January 4th, 2025, we started the account with just about $242.59. So we've already pulled back 100% return of investment, and we got to a height of just about 220%. But we are looking to push it even further, because to close out this account, we're looking to be at just around 10K to 20K. And then from there, we will start up a new challenge and go from there. So my reflections on this trade, there wasn't too much that I really didn't like about what I did. I believe I personally executed this perfectly. I was very patient. I exited at the exact area that I wanted to. The only thing that I probably would change about it was how I felt about closing out my position. You know, you always have that feeling that you're leaving money on the table, and that's okay. You know, I always have to remind myself that it's okay to leave money on the table, because every time that you do trade, There are instances where you do leave money on the table, but as long as you hit your desired profit goal for the day, you're good. You know, you really don't have to worry too much about anything more. Wait till your next setup comes and then knock it out the park the same way. You're going to have losses. You're going to have wins. Just keep moving forward and keep growing as an individual. Keep growing as a trader. So that's really all that I did take from this week. Like I said, we only took one position, so there wasn't too much that ended up happening. But we do have just about 6 more days left in this trading week, and then we will be closing out the entire trading month. So I'm excited to see what type of returns we're going to be bringing back on a fiscal, trading month. Moving forward, we'll be going by the quarter. Just how long the challenge takes, I mean, it could take 2 more weeks. It could take 2 more months. It could take a year. Who knows how long it's going to take, considering that I am risking just 5%. I'm not being outlandish. I could risk a lot more, but that's not what we want to do. I want to just stay around the 5% risk for each position that is submitted. That does not mean that I cannot submit up to 15% in one trading day. It is possible if there are opportunities presented, and that would just be a massive gain for the account. And of course, every winning day, I will be showing you guys, and I will be also hopping on the charts with you and going over the trade setup that we ended up taking. Now, for my losses, of course, when it comes down to those, that's not something that I really want to make videos on because it's not too, eventful. It's just, going over your losses. I'll go over that on a breakdown at the end of the week when I go over all the trades that I have taken for the trading week. To do a quick breakdown on exactly what ended up happening in the market, we can see here there was a level of support right here. And when that level of support was beginning to be formed, I was looking to get into the market because we can see over here we have a strong push. I don't know why it does that, but we have a strong push right here. And let's make it more. Boom. So we have a strong push right here. And then we can also see this previous downtrend that was happening right over here. And it was a little bit steeper, but then it ended up creating highs up in this area. And then boom, we broke through there. And that's when I began to look for my entries. We were looking for entries anywhere in this area. Initially, we had some entries that we were eyeing on our live stream that I did do for my Discord. We were eyeing entries in this area if it was going to create a low here, but it ended up just doing a strong continuation. So I waited till the next day, or really it was about 2 days. And then the opportunity presented itself during London session. And if you remember from my previous video, I was speaking on how I wanted to adhere to my sessions. And as you can see, we did exactly that. I waited all the way until London session happened and then dedicated myself to the charts during that session and was able to find an entry. And then we ended up entering in and seemingly no drawdown was presented. We were instantly in profit from the 12 o'clock candle and it never returned. So, in reality, our stop loss could have been just about 17 pips. And then this could have been a 10-to-1 risk to reward ratio. But instead, I gave it a little bit of breathing room just to be sure that, nothing would take out the order at all. And that's just about the gist of everything. So we managed it all the way up to the height. At first, our stop loss and profit was at 5-to-1 RR, which was just about right here around the 1.33409 area. And also in the video, you can see that I'll keep switching back and forth, throwing up clips to show you guys exactly what I was doing during that time. Because, I wanted to give it a more of a live feel to show you guys like, hey, the trading is real. Everything that I'm doing is actually legit. You can see when I'm in my account, this is a live account. You can see it right in here. This is not Photoshop. This is not Inspect Element. This is on the Trade Locker application itself. And this is my content creation account. So, of course, I'm not showing you guys my actual main portfolio, but this is strictly for motivational and YouTube purposes to inspire you to be able to do it as well yourself, because understand that it does not take a lot of money to become successful in the market. All it takes is the craft and knowing exactly what to do. From there, you can grow immensely as an individual. You can compound your account and it can take as long as it needs to take. Proof of this: one of our students in the Discord just recently began to compound his account, starting with $162.43 on March 19th, and now we're sitting at over $400. And you can see this is not just me. This is other individuals that are doing the exact same thing that I am teaching right here. So it just goes to show that it doesn't take a lot to be able to make money. Over time, your account balance is going to grow. And then over time, that 25% that you're making on a $100 account may be $25 right now. But then when you get to the point where you're at a $10,000 account, you're making just about $2,500 in the same amount of time. So if it took you a day to do that, it'll take you a day to make 2,500. Rinse, wash, repeat. So all our positions are currently closed. Like I said, my initial stop loss ended up being hit around the 7RR area, which is like 1.339 area. That's why I ended up setting it all the way. And I believe I do also have a screen recording showing, you know, my most recent stop loss and profit was just about the area that we got hit out at. So we got hit out at about 174.90, and you can see here the SO was 1.3387. I gave it just a little bit of breathing room because of the spread. You know, sometimes spread ends up, you know, hitting the entry before you actually want to get out. But you can see here we got out about 869. So just, you know, a little bit off because of spread, but essentially the same exact price that we were being quoted at for the stops. And yeah, so in total, it went for just about an 8-to-1 RR, but we were not able to secure all of that. We just secured 177 pips, which is not bad in any way, shape, or form for it to be just 2 trading days. Now, right now we are in a, you know, slight downtrend. We're just, you know, probably coming back down to retest some lows here. We do have some more information that will be coming out within the next day or so. We have government Bailey speaking, and then you can see flash services PMI did come out and they were lower than expected. And then we also have flash manufacturing was higher than expected. So a little bit of neutrality. And then we have flash services for the GBP. We're at 48.9, which is a little bit lower than expected. And flash manufacturing was exactly as expected. So I don't really see too much happening moving forward. There will be unemployment tomorrow. And these are the official numbers. These are not ADP. And then we also have retail sales month over month coming on Friday. So we should see a little bit more market activity moving forward. And then, of course, this is the last week of the month. And something for me that I just stand by is I do not trade the last week of the month. And you can see here, it is the end of the life cycle of this candle. We're about 7 days away from the candle being closed. So I don't really want to fool with it. And then even now, you know, on the weekly, you can see it's just about 2 days left on the candlestick, and you can see it bounce right off this level of resistance. And we're going to be testing that resistance going into the new month. That is all that we do have for this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to stay updated on everything that I do, whether it be my account challenges or my account updates, make sure you do join the Discord. The link is in the description. And if you want to catch every upload, make sure you do turn on my post notifications. If you aren't subscribed, please do. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. It's your boy Guy Made Dan, and we are out.